on the Pinter and Paxter Show in beautiful downtown Peoria at Widecast Studio on Peoria Life on the Pinter and Paxter Show. And today, let's first and foremost talk about it's the Christmas time, it's the holiday season, people are celebrating Hanukkah, things like that. Make sure you're investing back into others this time of the year. I know we all have busy schedules, we all have things that we need to do day in, day out, but make sure that you're investing in others, because if you do that, good things will come back to give back to you in the long run. So let's go ahead and get started with what we're going to be talking about today. First and foremost, I'm wearing the Raising Christmas Spirit shirt for Big Brothers Big Sisters. This shirt was from Never Been Stronger. We had multiple people purchase a shirt from neverbeenStronger.com, and all of those profits went back to the Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Heart of Central Illinois. So thank you guys for doing that, and it's something that is really meaningful, not just to myself, but to many people in this area. Let's talk about some things to keep your fitness on track this holiday season. So with that, when you're going out and you're going to be at your Christmas parties, you're going to be at New Year's Eve parties as well, or just throughout the next week or so, make sure you're drinking plenty of water, especially in the mornings, throughout your days, and even in the evenings and before bed. So if you are working out, make sure you're drinking plenty of water before, during, and after, because you're going to be busy. You're going to be talking to a lot of people. You're going to be drinking some alcohol, I'm sure, as well, which is all right. So make sure you're drinking plenty of water. One thing to remember there is to make sure that you are drinking 1 ounce per pound of body weight. So myself, if I weigh 180 pounds or so, I need to drink 180 ounces of water. That is roughly 1.5 gallons. So seems like a lot, it is, but throughout the day, 24 hours, I mean, we're up for probably 14 to 16, maybe 18, depends on who you are. Second, don't eat right when you wake up, guys. If you're eating right when you wake up, you're basically setting yourself up for, I wouldn't say failure throughout the day, but you necessarily don't need any food right when you wake up. Our brain controls what we're doing in terms of food. We usually eat for fuel or because our emotions are getting the best of us. So make sure that you are not eating right when you wake up. I always would recommend wait 1 to 2 hours before you do so. Lastly, this holiday season, I know it's hard to work out, especially with kids, with family, busy schedule. Got to keep the house clean for guests this time of year, but try and exercise in the morning time. If you can exercise during the morning, that is going to help get that out of the way, and it's going to help you be open for the rest of your daytime. So exercise in the morning, don't eat right when you wake up, and drink plenty of water throughout your day. So with it being the end of the year, into the new year, we have many new gym goers and gym goers who have been in the gyms for 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 years. So with 3 gym tips for the new year, let's talk about current gym goers. So if you've been in a gym for 1, 3, 5 years, or you're an expert, here's my tips. Keep your headphones out for the first week or two. There's going to be a lot of new people coming into your gym that are not going to know what to do. They don't know the surroundings. They don't know the plan of action that they should be taking for their workouts. So make sure you keep your headphones out for the next week or so. If you see someone new, introduce yourself to that person. And if you see that they are struggling with something, maybe they need to adjust a setting on a bench, definitely do so, because I mean, we're all in the gym for the same reason, and it's to get better, get stronger, stay healthy for longevity of life. New gym goers, again, ask questions if you have them. Or excuse me, let's go back. We're going to talk about the new gym goers. If you're a new gym goer, ask questions. It can be intimidating going into a new gym. I joined the Gorilla Pit back in May, I think, of 2015, I think it was, or 16, whatever it was. I'll admit, I was admitted going into the Gorilla Pit. Everyone was stronger than me, bigger than me, but you know what? If you don't know how to adjust a setting or how to properly do something, just make sure you are asking questions, because that's going to set you up for success in the long run, definitely. So, similar to the Gorilla Pit, let's talk a little bit about the powerlifting meets. So, obviously myself, many of you who may know me, I do powerlifting for Team Franklin over at the Gorilla Pit in Peoria, Illinois, just off of Sumner Street, so I'm right near Pioneer Parkway. And we had 2 big meets over the last 2 months. I did another meet out in Iowa, and co-host Adam Wasson, who fills in for Doug Pinter, he's not here today, but he coached me through 2 meets over the last 2 months, but he's also been doing my programming for many, many months. And we're going to do a quick recap here of the powerlifting meets that we had over the last several months. So, first and foremost, it was the UPA Power Weekend. That was a 2-day event up in Dubuque, Iowa. Bill Carpenter, the president of the UPA, puts on a fabulous meet. It ran smooth, lots of lifters, over 100 lifters in the 2 days, and he gets us in and out fast, and it's a very fun meet and very safe as well, so that's good. So the UPA Power Weekend on Saturday, myself and Thad Harless, we both competed on that day, Saturday, in the men's open divisions, obviously different weight classes. I'm a 181 weight class. I think Thad was a 275 maybe? Yeah, 275. And so it's fun. Recap of that, I know myself it was a decent meet. A lot of learning experience there, which is good. And I know Thad had an incredible meet. He squatted 705, benched 462, and ended his deadlift at 600. So a total of 1769. Just an incredible day for Thad, and he crushed it out there. So great job, Thad, on the UPA Power Weekend. Then the 2 weeks later, not the following weekend, 2 weeks later, we had the UPA War of the Demigods right here in Peoria, Illinois, at the Civic Center. W.T. Franklin, he put on an incredible meet. It's something that is really cool to see W.T. do. What he did was he had a stage built where the lifters would go up behind the black not the banners, but the black curtains, and he would have the lifters with their coaches or whoever's helping them wrap their knees, get ready for the lift. Once it was their turn to come up, they'd walk down a ramp like it was WWE or WWF, and they would go down to the squat rack or the bench press and lift. It was so cool. Lights are shining down on everybody, and it's something that if you have not seen it yet, you definitely need to see it next time that he has a meet for the UPA events. So to recap that meet, where are we at here? Nope, not it. Right here. So the UPA War of the Demigods, we had many people from Team Franklin competing in the event, and we had Nicole Clark, Willard Rosenberg, which is Cheeks Rosenberg. We had, Matt McVeigh, Will England, Chad Rankins, Thad Harless. I might be missing somebody else. Oh, and Riley Lule. I mean, tons of lifters in that meet at the UPA War of the Demigods down in Peoria at the Civic Center. And the thing with that meet was we actually had a couple people. Riley, he broke a record for the junior total, I believe it was, and his coach Adam Wasson, who's not here today, but I mean, great coaching, great efforts throughout the whole meet. Everyone did awesome, and it's something that, like I said earlier, if you have not seen a powerlifting competition, you definitely need to do so. I mean, you have people who compete in these meets because it's kind of their career or what they're doing for a living. And then you have people like myself. I personally train at Anytime Fitness Peoria, but I also want to make sure that I am walking the walk and talking the talk, and so I do this stuff, and I like lifting heavy, so it's fun. And then you have other people who might be a police officer, who might be an auto mechanic, who might work construction. It's just something that we can do and feel like we're doing something further past college or high school sports. It pushes us to our limits, and it makes us stronger every day. So with that, we had a third powerlifting competition that myself, Adam Wasson, Matt McVeigh, and Jose Miranda, we traveled to Columbus, Ohio, to Old School Gym, and talk about an incredible experience for that competition, because when we went out to Ohio, we went to not just Old School Gym. we went to Westside Barbell, and Westside Barbell is the mecca of powerlifting gyms or strength gyms in the world. So Louis Simmons, he is the gym owner at Westside Barbell. He's kind of like the Michael Jordan of powerlifting. So we all know Michael Jordan. He's the best basketball player to ever step on the basketball court. And Louis Simmons, his gym, it just felt surreal walking in there and being able to work out with some of the members who are at that gym. And I know Adam can talk about that a little bit more than I can because he was an intern for Louis Simmons at Westside Barbell. But it's pretty cool because none of their members pay for a membership. So if you're strong enough and you can show Louis that you can go into a competition and do certain weights on a squat, bench, or deadlift or a total, you get to lift there for free. So that's pretty cool. But we went to Old School Gym on the following day, Saturday, because I wanted to compete in a powerlifting competition out there. So long story short, Corey Gregory, Dustin Myers, they own Old School Gym. They started Old School Gym over 10 years ago, I believe it was. And basically what they did is they pioneered their way through the fitness industry as people to do kind of some of the first things first, where a wide audience can see them do it. And they have done it to where Arnold Schwarzenegger goes there, the University of Ohio State Buckeyes football players go there. Just so many big names have gone to Old School Gym and competed or just worked out with those guys. And that was the reason why I wanted to go there, is because it's such a vintage place. And with that competition that we had, it was a 62 lifters were there, or over 65 lifters from Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, and Arizona. And I mean, it was an incredible experience. It's like a machine shed out there, and you're lifting inside of it. Like, you wouldn't even expect it to be a gym, to be honest. And it was awesome. But overall, how I went 14, 15. So that means my total was 14, 15, a 545 squat, 305 bench. I need to work on that. And then a 565 deadlift, which got me to 14, 15 total. Placed first in the 181, and then second overall. So just missed the men's open overall. The winner of that he was a 145 pounder, I believe it was, and I think his total was 12 something, which that's really good. He's hitting 1,200 and he's 145, 8 times his body weight, so that's super good for him. Congrats to all the lifters over the last 3 meets. It's hard work overall getting to train for this competition that lasts only one day. I mean, you train for months on months for one day, and then it's just like, well, I did awesome, or I didn't do so hot. But, I mean, that goes to show that doing this is all a learning experience for all of us, and it helps makes us stronger every day, and that's the whole purpose behind Never Been Stronger. It's not just a brand, it's a lifestyle, physically and psychologically, to improve every single day. So, just awesome stuff. So, with that, we have about 15 minutes left. I want to cover a couple articles that a few people have wrote for personal training, ptxpt.net, I should say, and they are some pretty good articles. I want to start with the first one, Matt McVeigh, Why I Train at 4 a.m. Pretty cool stuff that Matt talked about in his article here. It was based off 3 main points here from Matt, and he said that his 3 main reasons for training at 4 a.m. was, first off, uninterrupted time. So at 4 a.m., most normal people are probably asleep, right? Yeah, and for Matt, myself, and then some others here in the area, we get up about 3 a.m., go to the gym, train at 4 a.m. because of the uninterrupted time. There's nobody texting you, nobody calling you, nobody asking you for this at work. So we train at 4 a.m. because there's nobody interrupting our time. Similar aspect, the second point he put, workout schedule is never off. So if you have something during your day after work and you train at 4 a.m., you don't have to worry about it. You can't say, oh, I got to go to basketball practice because I got to go to basketball practice so I can't train. well, wake up early. Go train at 4 a.m. Come train with us. And lastly, he put that it's uncomfortable for him. So getting out of bed, it's 20 degrees out, middle of winter, middle of December. It's dark out. You got to scrape the frost off the ice shield. Nobody likes to do that. It's 4 a.m. Nobody likes to do that. So it makes him become comfortable in uncomfortable situations, which is what everybody needs. If we can get more comfortable in uncomfortable situations, things every day will be easier. So that's a great article that Matt McVeigh wrote. Matt McVeigh is the member experience manager at Anytime Fitness Peoria. He has a great story that he wrote about on this site as well. Actually, his personal bio is not really on here, but Matt was a high school classmate of mine, and we linked back up here in Peoria, started training together, and the rest is history. So great stuff, my man. So we also have Jose Miranda. He talked about why quitting his job changed his life. And Jose, so I'm 26. Jose is, I think, 20, I believe, right now. He just graduated high school, maybe 19. And with Jose, I met him in Monmouth at what used the later Peach Gym. It's not open anymore. And I remember meeting him in high school, seeing him at a couple high school events. And basically, Jose went from working at Burger King, gaining a bunch of weight, feeling not like he should. He noticed that. And so he quit his job and went and started exercising because he knew it was going to make him feel better. Now, can we adults in our career just quit our job and go work out and change our life? Maybe, but it's not that easy. The point of that is that he made a decision that he knew was going to impact his life in the long run. And being that he's only 20 years old, he made this decision when he was 17 or 18. I mean, he did something that has helped him make a decision to move to Indianapolis, go into a school that's going to help him become an electrician and further his career for the rest of his life. I know he said that he felt that if he did not do that, he probably wouldn't be doing what he's doing. So, I mean, awesome stuff there. Jose, you're my man. Frodo, that's his nickname on Snapchat, by the way. And then let's talk a little bit about some virtual training. So we're going to go into my virtual training on ptxpt.net and finish up with virtual training. So everyone knows what personal training is. You go to the gym, you have a trainer. That trainer tells you what to do. He or she might yell at you, might give you a high five, might make you puke. Personal training, kind of in a sense. But virtual training is a little bit different, but it's kind of the same. When I say that, it is education, planning what you're supposed to be doing for that week, month, or for however long you're going to be training with that trainer, and just getting you to your goal, or at least trying to. And with virtual, it's a little bit different. It is something that I've been doing for 1 to 2 years now with clients. And I mean, when I was 17 or 18 years old in high school, I always wanted to train people online. And once I started doing that, I just got knee deep in it, and now I'm doing it. I mean, it's something that's crazy to think about, but I want to show you guys what it really is and how I myself and some of my clients do the online training. So I'm going to use my sister as an example. I don't know if you're watching, Sarah. It doesn't matter. I'm going to use you as an example. So my sister, she uses my PTXPT app, and I make all of her workouts for her plans, and so forth. Now, she was in our wedding back in June, and once I asked her, I was like, do you want me to make you a plan every month? She's like, no, just put workouts in there and stuff like that. So I did that. But if you're a online client, you're going to see on your app a summary of your plan.